watching Newsx and I'm Shivani Singh. History, they say, is written by the victors. But in the United States, history is now being rewritten in gold-plated flames and with a very familiar Sharpie. Imagine walking through the hallowed halls of the White House, specifically the West Wing colonnade. Traditionally, this is a space of quiet dignity, a gallery of men who held the world's most powerful office. But President Donald Trump has decided that quiet dignity is for the history books. He has unveiled what he calls the Presidential Walk of Fame. It isn't just a collection of portraits, it's a physical manifestation of a burn book. New plaques have been installed under the portraits of past US presidents. And these aren't your standard historical footnotes. They are scathing, partisan, and in typical Trumpenian fashion, peppered with random capitalizations and nicknames. Let's look at the highlights or lowlights depending on your perspective. The most glaring tribute is reserved for his immediate predecessor, Joe Biden. While every president gets a gilded portrait, Biden is represented by an auto pen. A photo of a machine signing a signature. The message? Trump wants you to believe that Biden was a machine-operated leader. The plaque calls him, and I quote, Sleepy Joe, and by far the worst president in American history. It repeats claims of a corrupt election and blames him for bringing the nation to the brink of destruction. It's no secret that Donald Trump dislikes Joe Biden. But to etch that dislike into the very walls of the White House, that is a first. It turns a national monument into a personal grievance board. Then there's Barack Obama. He isn't described as a two-term president or a Nobel laureate. No, the plaque calls him a community organizer and one of the most divisive political figures in American history. It mocks his Healthcare Act as highly ineffective and boasts how the Trump dismantled his climate and nuclear deals. Even fellow Republicans aren't safe. George W. Bush's plaque actually acknowledges his leadership after 9/11, but takes a sharp turn, stating that he started wars in Iraq and Afghanistan that should not have happened. And Bill Clinton, his plaque makes sure to mention that in 2016, his wife Hillary lost the presidency to, you guessed it, Donald J. Trump. Now, the contrast of all of this with Trump's own plaque, it speaks of a golden age, overcomes the weaponization of law enforcement, and celebrates surviving assassination attempts. It is less of a historical record and more of a campaign brochure. So why does this matter? Is it just Trump being Trump? Now, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt actually calls these eloquently written descriptions. Critics call it a Mean Girls movie. But there's a deeper point here. The White House is supposed to belong to the American people, not the current tenant's ego. By turning the presidential colonnade into a hall of insults, Trump isn't just mocking his predecessors. He is changing the nature of presidency itself. It's no longer about the continuity of a leadership or a shared national story. It's about the Donald Trump story, where everyone else is either a loser, a disaster, or a fan. In the grand storytelling competition of global politics, Trump has realized that if you control the captions, you can control the history. At least as long as you hold the keys to that building. Think about that. Thank you for watching.
For more such videos, subscribe to the Newsx YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.